Yeah, baby.
Marshall skips away. Marshall's still going. Marshall's got Richards coming up outside. Now inside.
All right, what's up, nerds? Welcome back. The Barflies Podcast, episode 17, the big 1-7.
The biggest of 1-7s. We're here.
Hot start.
Mate, we've been hot start. We've been, mate, bit of a grind day. We just got back from our trip away. So, you know, you'd think we'd have a couple more notes than we've had. We would have put it together a bit more, but we're grinding away today. Cody has had work, and we've come in to bring you, the viewers, you know, what they want to hear.
Usually after a trip away, you'd have a rest day, wouldn't you?
You usually would. We had about a rest 2 hours.
Do you know what a rest day is? Because I don't.
I don't.
I've never had a day off in my life.
Never. I've never had a day off.
Grind doesn't stop.
The grind never stops, quite frankly. But yeah, we haven't really had time to be apart from each other, so
This could get weird.
this could get weird this week.
We drove down together. We drove back up together. We spent majority of the 3 days holding hands.
Yeah.
So this could get weird.
This could get weird. We saw some bad drivers on the road this afternoon.
Yeah.
And I saw some equally bad driving on the way here as well.
Yeah.
We saw some shockers. So we went through all the way through Sydney. We saw some rippers as
We
usual
were
go
talking
by.
about that, and we saw it firsthand over the weekend.
I know.
It's almost as you're coming back into Sydney as well.
Everyone got way worse. Yeah. Actually thinking about it, everything happened as we entered Sydney.
Yeah.
All really bad driving.
Yeah, there was a couple where the car pulled in front of another car.
Yeah.
And we were both like, oh my God.
Or like high speed merging,
Yeah.
and it's tight.
Too tight.
And I was worried that was going to be crashes.
Yeah, we were thinking about it a fair bit.
Yeah,
But
we were on the lookout. But
fortunately,
we got
made
his,
it home
we got his safe. Yeah, it was a great weekend.
It was a good weekend. We didn't get blessed by the greatest weather.
But it didn't rain.
It didn't rain.
No.
Didn't rain. Fair bit of
Overcast conditions.
grey about it.
Yeah. No rain though.
A little bit of sun on
Sunday.
Sunday arvo, Monday morning.
Beers on the beach.
Got
Cricket
a
on the beach.
Good bit of beach cricket away.
Speaking of beers, should we pop these?
Let's pop the beers.
Let's pop the beers. Here we go. What do we got this week, K-Man?
This week we got the 3 Sheets Lord Nelson Pale Ale.
Yum.
I like how you passed that over to me, even though you did the research, because I don't know anything about it.
Yeah,
Do you want to enlighten us?
that was just a bit of a stitch up. Yeah, so that was the name. The Lord Nelson 3 Sheets Pale Ale.
Here you have this one.
Brewed in Sydney. Actually, the company that brews in the Lord Nelson is Sydney's oldest licensed venue. It's in the Rocks. Going for a schooner. Check it out. That's not paid. That's not paid endorsement. I just think if you're a Sydney sider, you should learn a bit of the local heritage.
Have you been there?
I have been in there once. I think I've had one beer in there. I was already really sloshed when I went in.
Doesn't sound like you.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like me. And then I think I was meeting someone in there. Well, we were meeting someone, then we were bailing.
Okay.
But yeah, only for, I think there was a lot of singing is what I do remember.
From you or from like...
Not from me, from the public, from the regular
Okay.
punter.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, the punter was singing.
There was must have been some kind of song night.
Karaoke?
Who knows?
Was there live music or the live music was just...
You know, it was probably live music, but also everyone was singing.
Okay.
And then that's just the only faded memory I have of it.
Well,
But
cheers.
I've got to check it out. Cheers, mate. There you go.
Sound of the weekend.
Sound of the weekend.
It's Monday night.
Well, you know, very citrusy.
It's got a lot of flavour, actually, for a pale ale.
It's flavoursome.
It's very, like, full.
Malty, even?
You could say that?
Get out. I don't even know what that means. Just heard someone else say that before.
It is really, like... I don't really know how to describe it. It's kind of like the entire sip is full of flavour. That sounds so...
From start to finish.
So dribbly.
But
like,
from
do you know
start
what
to
I mean?
finish, it's got a nice punch to it. Delicious.
Very consistent flavour the whole way down. Nice.
Yum.
I'm very enjoying.
I'm actually really liking
That's a
it.
great drop. Just what we needed after a weekend of non-stop drinking.
There's another beer. Mate, the cruiser made an appearance. The nice little break-up cruiser, like couple beers, break-up cruiser just to break it up.
Yeah.
And then
I'm
get
not-
back into the beers.
I'm not usually a cruiser guy or a mixer guy or anything at all, but you threw a few raspberry cruisers into my rotation.
Yeah.
And
I
didn't hate it.
You know what the weird thing is? You got raspberry both times, but that was me just picking it out randomly. So you could have got a guava. Or
I liked
some
it.
better flavour.
I was happy with raspberry. It was nice.
Yeah, right.
Nice change of pace.
Yeah, I think as much as I do love a cruiser, like most men do, or most just the average human,
Yeah, look.
I think next time we go camping or something, I think I'm going to try like the Stelzer.
Seltzer.
Yeah, that's the one. Or maybe like one of the Brookie Unions, because they're a bit more, they're still sugary or whatnot, but they're a bit more flavoursome.
Yeah.
When you have a cruiser and it's just, sometimes it's a lot.
It's like
the sugar's a lot
pineapple
after
sugar
having
straight to the veins.
Yeah,
pretty
it's
much.
delicious, but
I don't know how you'd have more than like one.
yeah, after you have, yeah.
To be honest, we both didn't get through one at a certain point. In the
Yeah, we
evening.
both had to put it down after a while. But that was because
That was
it was
very late in
also
the day.
like we were not passing out, but we were both the last two up, and we were sitting at the table, and it was just us two like kind of falling asleep, and then being like, "Don't fall asleep, you're asleep, go to bed," and then go, "No, I'm not. No,
it was
I'm
just
not
me
asleep."
telling you not to
Yeah,
fall
pretty
asleep.
much you weren't, and then like we both just sitting there very stale with the cruiser.
Yeah. I don't know if stale's the right word. I was
Not
still having a
stale.
good
I was
time.
feeling pretty good.
We were
but-
tired.
Yeah,
We were
but it
tired.
was probably a good indicator to wrap it up for the night.
Yeah,
And it
we
was just
did.
us two sitting out
Yeah,
there.
we did. We
Yeah.
did. Yeah, like so Saturday, I think what do? We kind of got up, made breakfast. I think we had a beer at like 11:30.
Yeah.
Like we kind of just like, oh, we'll have a beer. Like we'll have one.
Mm.
But then we just didn't stop. That wasn't just us. That was the whole crew. There was
Yeah.
about 11 of us there.
Mm.
And I think we all just kind of pretty much drank all day. It was
Yeah.
good though.
It was a
Played-
good effort.
Good. Played beach cricket.
Played beach cricket. Yeah, it was great.
I actually can't remember what else we did. We just hang out, go to
Yeah.
the beach. Oh, you went snorkeling.
I did. I went snorkeling slash spearfishing.
Yeah. How was that?
It was great. I actually have never been proper like well, it wasn't with a gun. It was with a hand spear. But I've never been spearfishing before.
Mm.
So that was cool. I had one kind of go at it. Well, I wouldn't say go. I just was holding it for a little while.
Yeah.
I didn't even shoot at anything. I think I might have like shot it at a rock as a warm up.
Yeah.
That was probably the best I did.
Mm.
But it was cool. We actually swam out further than I thought we were, and I had the snorkels. Well, we both had snorkels on, so I was still looking around and seeing everything. Couple cool fish, but you know, it's kind of after a while when you're out there, you can't help but think because it was outside the rock bit, so we were kind of out there, and I couldn't help but just think, where is he? Where's Mr. Shark?
Yeah.
So,
At what point do the sharks get involved?
yeah. So
And we were even talking about that, like,
only at the end I was kind of thinking about it, and then I was like, all right, I'm kind of keen to head in.
yeah, on the south coast as well, especially. There's been like
It's a bit sharky
it's a bit-
sometimes
it can be a
because
bit
there's so much
sharky.
sea life there. So
Yeah, dude. How are the manta rays, by the way? Stingrays?
I think they
They
were
were
just big,
dinosaurs, dude.
They were huge. A
enormous.
couple of them were monstrous.
So we walked down to this beach, right? Like on the first arvo, and like,
Wait a second. Before you get into this actually leads into our love affair and beef this week.
all right. Well, let's do our beef. Let's do our beef of the week first.
So our beef of the week, well
It's
more
my
as Cody's,
It's my beef.
but
of the
I'm
week.
willing to accept it as
Thank
well.
you for putting me back on track there.
Yeah,
Introducing the beef of the week.
yeah.
My beef of this week is with 9-year-olds. Let me divulge you.
And connect it to the stingray.
Yes. Also
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So we walked down to this beach on Friday Arvo when we get there.
Yeah.
And there's like all people. It's like it was kind of like a bay.
Yeah.
There was no waves. It was kind of just like not a lake, but like a bay. Just seems like a good word to describe it.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of people sort of standing in knee deep water, patting these stingrays.
Big stingrays.
Like big stingrays.
big stingrays.
Probably from like if you're watching on YouTube, like the distance between me and Xander
One of them would have been
would have
like
been the bot, like the size of this couch.
one of them would have been and like the
To the
length.
back of the tail.
Yeah. One
Big old boys.
big.
So there's a group of like 8-year-olds down there, 8 or
Oh,
9-year-olds. There's about 4 or 5 of them, and we kind of like walked. We were kind of like walking past them. We were like maybe 5 meters behind them on the sand, and one of them turns around and looks at me and goes, "You guys want to come pat it?" No, I don't want to come pat this stingray.
And he was kind of just pointing at
For
you.
starters, yeah, he was looking at me. I don't know how I got addressed, but he was like, "Guys, come pat this stingray," and I was like, in my head, I was like, "Not a chance. I'm touching this thing. I'm not touching this fucking."
Dinosaur.
This, like slimy dinosaur.
I heard of Steve Irwin, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Aladdin's blanket swimming around in the
Mm,
water.
yeah, exactly.
It fucking can sting you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah. I was like to him, I was kind of jaying him up a little bit. Little did I know. So I was like, nah, mate. Like I'll do it later. Like I'll pat it later.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this kid just goes, "You a chicken?"
The oldest trick in the book. Literally the oldest trick in the book.
I just got played by this little kid.
And you had nothing to say to
I
him
had nothing
either.
to say back to
You
him.
just walked
What
off.
can I say to him?
You got mugged off by a 9-year-old.
Yeah, and it was rent-free in my head for the entire
Yeah.
weekend.
And everyone let you know about it as well. Everyone, there wasn't a soul in our group that didn't at some point go, chicken.
Yeah, call me a chicken.
Bork.
Because I just got mugged off by
You
a
got
kid in year 4.
you got absolutely mugged.
He had like a Fortnite t-shirt on as well.
And glasses.
And like the thickest
he was a
glasses you've ever
specky
seen.
kid as well.
Yeah.
And that's just what made it so good. And at one point, he rode his little bike, like later in the country, he rode his bike past where we were all sitting.
Yeah.
And he was like, you could see him, he was still looking at you.
Mm.
And everyone's going, Cody, look, and you're like, oh, shit,
Yeah, yeah.
he's back.
That little snake.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my beef for the week.
Yeah.
In turn, my love affair of the week is a duo partnership, much like me and Xander, of steel wool
Yes.
and aluminum foil.
Yeah.
Carried the process of cooking, eating the entire weekend. Cleaning, cooking, and look, Xander was slandered for. I was bullish on getting the steel wool. You were bullish on getting the foil.
Yeah.
I was like, kind of, the foil's not necessary. You don't need it. Blah blah blah. Everyone was a bit the same. Why has Xander got this foil?
And going on about it.
And going on about it all the time, the entire weekend. And
By the end of it, what happened?
whose food was hot the whole time? Xander's.
Mine was.
Xander's was hot.
Mine was. Who
So
could
was
store
mine.
food away? Watertight.
Wait, watertight?
Watertight.
It was Xander.
And there was a couple of people who asked for tinfoil at various points.
They did. And to be fair, people did put their hand up and admit they were wrong.
Yeah.
That the tinfoil was a
I
good
know.
call. But
The steel wool.
the steel wool, and this kind of links back to a couple of episodes ago for you avid listeners when we were talking about compliments.
Yeah.
Because me and Xander were sitting there eating our food, and a dad,
Like a real camper's dad.
a camper's dad, a man's man.
Just the average man.
He came up and he's like, "You guys done with this Barbie?" And we were like, "Yeah, we've just finished cleaning it."
Mm.
And he goes, "Oh, you guys cleaned this? Great job."
And sincerely too.
And I've been riding that high ever since.
Yeah, it was a monstrous comment. But it was like a huge comment that we let fly for like 2 hours, and then I said to Cody, "Did you not?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that compliment you got at the barbecue earlier?" And
Yeah,
he's like,
yeah.
"You know what? That was probably one of the best compliments I've ever received."
It's up there. Definitely up there.
Because it was a random.
Mm.
It was a random
He
stranger.
didn't have to say that.
Didn't have to.
And it's like, like just being appreciated for like,
Yeah, the little things.
yeah, the little things. And yeah, if you had seen that barbecue, you would have said the same thing. It was spotless.
It was work of art. You
It
did
was-
well.
it was
You did
spotless.
seriously well.
All right, look.
Would you say a bit of Camponomics at play as well with some of the items that we had?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
Camponomics. That's in the index. It's 101.
It's the tinfoil, like the leverage the tinfoil had, people needing it.
yeah, yeah.
You get something in return. We didn't pack any sauce, but we got some garlic aioli out
We
of
got
it.
garlic aioli. That wasn't ours.
It wasn't ours, but we have it. Good trade.
Yeah.
In my books, that's a good trade.
There was trades going on left, right, and centre all over the weekend.
I think we did well. Like the general Camponomics of the weekend.
Yeah.
I think we came out pretty good. Like we committed some. There was just all round good trades happening.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Win-wins going across the board for each duo per se.
yeah,
That was
yeah.
there.
We were kind of in duos
Yeah.
because it was a couples retreat. Hence, me and Xander.
Hence, but there was plenty of deals being made.
Deals are being made all over the table, and we spearheaded that. Is that fair to say?
That's fair to say.
If there was a stock market for Camponomics,
We did. We were pushing the Camponomics
yeah,
along.
yeah, we're pushing.
We
along.
were a couple of big players.
Yeah, we're big players.
A couple of big investors. And I will say, we did a great. Usually when you go camping, you buy too much or too little of things.
Great point.
We had the perfect amount of everything.
Yeah,
And it was on the fly as well.
yeah.
We went, all right, we'll stop in Coles an hour,
Figure it out when we get there.
figure out when we get there. We stood there. We were standing there and went, what do we need? And we in 5 minutes, not even 2 minutes went boom, 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 boom.
Yeah,
We had perfect amount of food
Done.
the whole time.
and we didn't throw out much at the end.
No.
We only threw out very little, like a couple eggs that we had left over.
Yeah. That was it pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
I had the manglizzy when I got home today. Delicious.
Yeah, yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff. That's good from the lads.
Yeah. It's
I was going to say something else there before it gets lost. Our pack up was good as well.
Pack up was efficient.
Mm.
Efficient pack up. efficient backup.
I will say this, and I was geeing it up at the campsite a little bit this morning, calling myself the roll king.
Yeah.
Because I really back my technique on rolling up sleeping bags,
Oh.
rolling up tents,
That's true.
rolling up air mattresses.
You did say that.
I feel I've got good grippage in my wrist and good finger strength.
Yeah.
Are we happy
nice.
to go with that?
I'm happy to go with that.
Look, a skill that can be learnt.
What about the packing king? How are you at packing?
What do you mean?
Because there was a fair bit of packing going on during the
packing
like
down?
packing down.
I was okay. I feel like me and you avoided most of it because we ate bacon and eggs while everyone was packing up.
That's true.
Again, Camponomics.
Camponomics.
Work smarter, not harder.
Yeah, that's true. Give and take.
We played the whole group. They didn't even know. Didn't even know. We didn't do it on purpose.
We didn't do it on
It was an accident.
We just got woke up a little bit later than everyone else.
Yeah. So look, rolling is definitely a part of like the Camponomics handbook.
Yeah.
More something that can be taught. If you'd like to be taught,
I would like to be taught.
I'm happy to teach you.
You did see my potential as a camping roller.
I've sought you out as a potential roller.
You did see my hot dog or taco technique for the rolling up the sleep, getting the air out of the mattress.
Yes, that was good.
Putting yourself in the middle of the air mattress.
Yep.
Holding it at one end and rolling yourself around to the other top.
Yep.
Squeezing it and roll yourself out.
Yep.
Works a treat.
It does work a treat.
Works a treat.
We could put a thing up on our story because I've got a video of you doing it.
And we can show you how it's done.
That's Rollernomics 101.
That is Rollernomics, a smaller part of Camponomics, a smaller sect.
It's good stuff. It's
And,
really good stuff.
everyone, if you go camping, it's not Camponomics. You can't teach it. You got to learn it on the street. You got to learn it in the campground. You know.
You don't just walk in with a Bachelor of Camponomics.
No, you got to earn. You got to earn your stripes. You got to pay your time. Pay your dues, and learn. Pick up things that you see from players. You know, you see someone do a move that you like or a trade. You're like, okay, I'm going to remember that next time. I'm going to bring taco seasoning.
Yeah.
Taco seasoning was something else that was hot on the market.
Yeah.
You know,
That was real hot.
bin
property.
bags, Mozzie coils.
Yeah. So when you're talking about high currency items in the Camponomics market,
high currency.
Now we're
items.
getting somewhere.
Now we're getting somewhere. The taco mix was essentially like the crack of the campsite. Mate, people were thirsting for it for dinners. It can transform any meal.
People trying to get their mitts all over our taco mix.
Yeah.
And
get away from it.
Is taco mix the most versatile?
Oh, mate. You can use it in any dish.
Why can't you put it in?
Oh, those are honestly some of the best tacos I've had. Putting the taco mix on the steak.
Yeah. Me and Xander got steak, diced it up with a bit of taco mix.
Yeah.
And put like avo, onion, tomato, mushrooms.
It was good.
Unreal stuff.
Honestly,
Eating like kings.
The garlic aioli that we took.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, whoever in our group bought the garlic aioli, that's 1 point in Camponomics.
Thank you. But it's full circle. We're coming full circle with our Camponomics here,
And
though.
put it this way, next time we'll be going camping.
We'll,
Look, there'll be three of us. Be me, Xander, and the garlic aioli.
Yeah, that's it.
Simple.
I do love a bit of garlic aioli. It is probably my favourite.
It's up there. It's top 2 condiments. It's
Top
gotta be.
2.
It's got to be.
It's got to be. It's up there. I love it. Simply love it.
It was good to be away, though. It was really nice to be out of Sydney.
Yeah, it was nice to be out of Sydney. I'm glad. I came back and I'm feeling better and refreshed.
Yeah, I'm feeling refreshed.
Just feeling a bit more. I was feeling a bit like, I don't know, like been in Sydney for a while. End of the year blues, as we talked about last year. I feel like last week, sorry. I feel like this has kind of revved me up for the end of year. Just that last little push,
Yeah, bit of momentum.
Got a good weekend coming up as well.
Yeah.
Got a Christmas lunch. Got 2 birthdays. Mate, it's on the uppity up.
Do you have anything on next Sunday? Next Sunday night?
Sash?
Are you going Sash?
Not this Sunday coming, the one after.
Okay. We should probably do a Tuesday pod that week then.
True.
That's
That's
a
fair
fair call?
That's a fair call. I haven't been to Sash in a long time. I'm kind of scared to go.
Do you ever come out on top after going to Sash?
Sash always wins.
Sash always wins.
Sash always wins. I'm pretty. I wouldn't say scared, but I'm timid about going to Sash.
Yeah, I can.
Because I know what I'm in for.
Yeah.
We've talked about it before on the podcast. When you say yes to going to Sash, it's not like you're going to leave early or you're not going to be absolutely mounted.
No. It's impossible.
It ends up always being
Literally
a
impossible.
monster. So
I'll say this though, just to circle back to camping and wrap it up here.
yeah.
I love just like being away and taking your mind off things. Like,
Oh,
you literally don't
absolutely.
think about normal life for 3 days. 'Cause
No.
you're just doing, like, you're just very present the whole time.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
absolutely.
Playing cricket, like,
With
drinking,
people.
talking to your mates.
Yeah,
Like, you're always doing something. Even if you're just getting ready to go to bed, like,
exactly.
you're sorting out your sleeping bag, like, you're getting
Yeah.
your tent set up. Like, you're always doing an activity. You're never just there, like, on your phone.
Yeah,
In fact,
exactly.
I don't think I touched my phone hardly the whole
You-
weekend.
yeah, exactly. I was going to jump in with that actually because I had my phone, but it was low charge when we were going down, and I had literally I maybe was on my phone for like
10 total minutes?
the whole time,
Yeah.
and that was like when I had charge on it.
Yeah.
So the maybe 10 minutes the whole
Same.
trip that I had charge on it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a blessing that I didn't have any charge on my phone because I was happy to just be in the moment, just
Yeah.
enjoying myself. You know,
It's good. The only thing I can think of that's more fun than that is like doing that but being at a festival. So like you're camping,
Yeah.
but at night you go and like
True.
watch gigs and stuff. It's
Yeah.
like real.
That's true.
Can't wait.
Yeah. Well, you got your keen for New Year's then, I'm going to
Oh,
guess.
we're all keen for New Year's.
Oh,
Are
we're
we not?
bloody ripping and up to rip and tear for that one.
Ready to rip. All right, shall we move on?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's move on.
Thanks for coming. Shout out to all our mates.
Yeah. Good weekend,
Good weekend.
in summary.
So I wanted to bring this to light this week because I think it's fucking awkward. I think it's really awkward
Okay.
for all parties involved. As a bartender, obviously something you and I both do a lot
Yeah.
is picking up glasses from a table or picking up plates.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And as a man of strategy, I'd like you to weigh in here. Because I feel like picking up glasses is always awkward, no matter which end you're on.
You know, it is, but pace is the key factor. You got to just dive in and get it. You don't ask questions.
In and out?
In and out. Speed is the biggest factor here.
In and out.
In and out.
Okay.
Like
so that's
that,
your
like that fast.
Yeah, because like sometimes I find like I'll take it and then do I wait for them to say thank you? Do I just walk
No, you
away?
just walk off.
And
Just
sometimes
take
they
them.
say thank you, but you've already turned around. So
Yeah.
do you say anything
Mm.
or do you just keep walking? And
No,
like,
you just go, no worries, and you just keep walking.
and also sometimes when I'm like talking, like say I'm the customer, I'm at the table, right? And a bartender comes to pick up our plates or our glasses.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get distracted from conversation because they're there.
Mm.
So it just kind of goes silent and it just feels very...
But it is. It's just an awkward thing because you're intruding on the conversation circle.
It's odd, isn't it?
It is, and you just gotta, read the room a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know, but it's just one. That's why pace is such a big thing because the quicker you're in and out, the less chance there is of them realizing that it's
I
got
like
all
that.
the interaction.
I like that.
And the awkward thing is, I find it awkward if there's a bigger group, because it takes one, you got to do multiple chips to clear.
Yeah.
Two, depending on the table size and the table height, it's hard to get in amongst the people. So you have to do that awkward thing. It's like when you wait. It's like similar to when you're waiting for someone who's on the phone or like talking to someone else. You like stand there waiting for them to kind of realize you, and you're kind of saying "excuse me," but they're not really hearing because they're in conversation.
And you don't want to interrupt them either.
You don't want to interrupt them, but it's just like fuck,
Right.
you want to get in and get out. You know,
Totally.
that's when I find it super awkward.
Yeah.
And I've
It's
kind of
just-
gotten better at it at my work because obviously, like being cafe and
Yeah.
there being the bar element, you're doing plates and whatever.
Yeah.
But also save your small talk till the right time.
My strategy here,
Yeah.
do you reckon without stopping this, you can get up and close that door?
Yes.
Because I can continue talking because I got something to say here.
Yeah. Go.
My strategy to resolve this, awkward dilemma that I'm experiencing while picking up glasses is, or at least my favorite thing a customer can do
Go for it.
is they can say there's 2 glasses on the table. They stack the glasses,
On the end of the dome.
hand me the glasses, and don't say anything. So they don't interrupt the flow of conversation. They acknowledge that I'm there.
Like the observing customer.
Exactly.
Yeah. If they're on a table of 3 or 2 per se.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So they acknowledge that I'm there, and they give me the glasses, which I appreciate. Saves me leaning over.
Yeah.
So it's just a smoothly run operation from all parties. So look, my point is, if you're listening to this, and you find, not even if you find it awkward, but for the sake of the bartenders, stack your glasses, hand them your glass. I reckon that's the way to go. It's the least awkward.
I agree.
Are you happy with that?
I'm happy with that.
Okay.
Because you can just boom gone.
Yeah.
Okay. Like a quick pit stop.
Yeah.
Pace is the factor. Pace is a
the
key factor there.
Exactly, because then they hand the glass, you can just give them a nod, they give you a nod onwards.
Done. Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah. I agree. I like it. I like that strategy.
I put a bit of thought into it.
I can tell.
It's been keeping me
I
up
can
at night.
tell.
Yeah.
I can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
That's very fair. Yeah, I feel I've also seen some very awkward interactions from like that. Like
Does anything come to mind, or are you just saying in general?
no, like I've observed other people I work with, like in whatever venue, just like awkward interactions with customers.
You can tell when bartenders are awkward, though,
Yeah.
as well.
It kind of hurts to watch.
It does.
Actually, there is one of mine that was kind of really awkward. I'm thinking like there was a trivia on, and like there was like these guys. Oh fuck, it's so cringy. There was like trivia on, and there was these guys like on the table, and I picked up their plates for, and I went back, and then I like kind of gave them one of the answers. So, and they kind of like, oh cheers mate, like whatever. And then when I went back again, I was like, oh yeah. I don't know. It was years ago. I don't know why I said it. I was like, yeah, I knew that one. I just randomly, as I picked the plate, I went, yeah, I knew that one because I watched the movie today. And the guy looks at me, he's like, he just didn't hear me. He went, oh, what did you say? And I was like, oh, I knew that one because I watched the movie today. And he's like, what? And then like someone else started looking. And I was like, I knew the answer because I watched the movie today. And they were like, yeah, no. And it was like no context on me picking up the plate. And I just said it. And they were like, yeah, oh, yeah, nice. And I was like, yeah, it's a good movie. And then I realized fucking how awkward it was. And it makes me cringe talking about it. And I just had to like, it was like silence. And it was just me like going, yeah, so what's me today, mate? And walk off. And I was like, oh my God. You cringy bastard. It was so bad.
Oh, it's a sugar.
And then I didn't go on the floor. I didn't go into that area. I had like they were there for like another hour and I didn't go anywhere near the area.
Did you quit your job? That seems like the only.
I wanted to. I wanted to hand in my timesheet.
Where was that?
At Pokey Palace.
Okay.
Code name it. Code name Pokey Palace.
Okay. Yeah, right. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually sound that bad, but I imagine
It was in the moment. It was just the silentness and the stares they were looking at me. The quietness, sorry.
The silence even?
Yeah, the silence.
I had to call you out there.
Yeah, sorry. The silence.
Onwards.
And then it was just, it's the kind of thing that keeps you. It's one of those things that you keep you up at night.
It would keep you up at night.
Yeah. Along with, yeah.
It's funny when you're going to sleep, right, and you just think of like every cringy thing you've ever said in the last 10 years.
I know.
You do that?
Yeah. Who doesn't though? Seriously.
I think everyone does it.
You just, and you're like, you do it, you're like, you bastard. Why'd you do that?
You know sometimes when you like get a semi-demon like halfway through the day?
Yeah.
You think it's something cringy you did in like year 6? and
Yeah.
you're like, oh my God. Dude.
Or you just like, even at work sometimes, like the other day I was like picking up plates off this table. And there was no one at the table. I was just picking up plates. And like as I was picking up the plate, I just had like a thought of something that I'd done one time, and I was like, just stop there for like 5 seconds like this, about to hold the plate. And then I remembered that I was still at work, and I was like, oh shit. And I like snapped out of me having this full like recollection of this moment.
Yeah.
Like, just like dumb thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. It's
Full.
weird. It's funny.
And
right?
then for the next 15 minutes, I was kind of semi-rattled because I was still thinking about it. And I had to go, no, forget about it.
What about the day someone gave us a hate comment on TikTok?
Oh, mate, I had so much.
It was like our first video that kind of got like a little bit of a few views. Got like 10K or something.
Yeah.
And we got like
we got like two. We got like 2 on this one. That was like the good one, the one that went pretty big, and there was like 2 people that said it.
Oh, okay, so what did they say? I can't remember.
I think
nothing important. It was nothing that bad.
No, I can't really remember what they said because it was a while ago. But it was.
Anyway, we got a hate comment,
Yeah.
and I get a call from Xander, and he's like, dude, I'm at work. I'm so fucking rattled. Should we delete the video? And I
Yeah.
was like, dude.
I saw it on break, and I was like, fuck, I'm rattled about it.
I was like, 98% of the comments are good. Like, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I got really. And then I started like going, like freaking out a little bit at work.
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
like, what the fuck are you on about right now?
Yeah.
Like, put your head in.
Well, it's one of those things, right? It kind of comes with the territory.
Yeah.
If you're going to put yourself in the spotlight.
You're going to get ridiculed.
Yeah.
But there wasn't like but they weren't like funny hate comments that we had received otherwise. They were kind of a bit more like.
Jubilee.
Yeah. And like trying to cancel us or something. Like they were just like, they were a bit They're just blunt, like saying some
Victim
random
complex.
Yeah.
Victim complex, I think, is the term
Yeah.
we were throwing around.
And it was just it was a bit much.
Mm.
So, yeah, for a moment I was like, holy shit.
Whatever. If
For
you
like
don't
5,
like it.
10 minutes I was freaking out.
Yeah. We got through it, though.
You calmed me down.
How would you go? Yeah, you did feel better after. How would you feel now, like, if we got that? Would you care? Would you just be like, whatever?
Yeah, well, I guess we'll know when it happens, but I feel like I'd be all right with it now.
Mm.
You just got to... I think it's like a learning curve thing, you know? If you put yourself out there in the media or social media or whatever, and people... Because sometimes, like, when we do this, like, we forget that you can actually hear it. Like,
yeah,
I forget,
it's true, right?
I forget that the listener, thank you for listening, are actually listening.
Yeah,
I
do
forget
too.
that people... And then people, if I see someone, they say, oh, I heard a podcast and I heard you say that. And I was like, oh, you actually listened to it? Oh, thanks. Yeah,
it's
like,
weird,
and
right?
I actually forget, like, I feel more nervous about that aspect than, like, doing and talking on the mic, like, right now.
Yeah, me too. Me too. And I don't get nervous about it in any way, and I always appreciate when people say they listen. But
Well, I
like,
appreciate it as well. We don't get me wrong,
listeners.
we love our listeners.
Love the listeners.
We love the listeners.
But yeah, I agree fully, wholeheartedly. The other
Yeah.
day, someone said to me like, "Oh, I heard you listen to French disco. I heard you say that on the pod."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, I did."
And you know what the best part about that is? That
it-
means they listened all the way to the end. Because that was the last bit.
True. Thanks for listening all the way to the end.
Yeah.
It was Will actually.
It was
Shout out
Will.
Two
Yeah.
shout outs in
Shot.
3 weeks, mate.
Shot.
But yeah, again, I had that moment where I was like, "Oh, like people actually listen," which is kind of a bit of a wig out.
On that note, avid listener brought to my attention that he liked our coverage of the Black Man Unholiest Burrito saga.
How's it going? Is there any updates on it?
I've been the Holiest Burrito's been quite active.
Okay.
He's had a few. He's got a wife as well. I forgot what she's called,
I
but
think she's called the Holly's Burrito's wife.
yeah, I think is it
Oh no! There's the Black Man's wife.
Black Man's
The
wife?
Black Man's
Okay,
wife,
okay. Yeah, Black Man's been a bit quiet, I'd say.
Yeah.
There's also a new play. There's 2 new players in the game.
Is it the Thai guy?
The Tyrant, who
Tyrant.
reviews Thai food. I'm not sure what episode we talked about this on,
I
but
think
it was
it
a
was
few weeks ago.
I was just thinking about that. I think it was episode 9.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
So if you
Geez, that
don't
was
know what-
2 months ago.
If you
That's
don't
a
know
long
what
time
we're
ago.
talking about, go listen to episode 9.
Yeah.
I think it was episode 9. We're talking about the Black Man.
The Black Man, and they're pretty much just avid food reviewers. And there's also Bear Grylls who reviews barbecues
Okay.
and like barbecue.
That's a
things.
good name. I like that one.
I like that's a good name.
We'll call them fellow dribblers.
Yeah, they're like they're like food review Avengers essentially.
Yeah.
They're a couple of heroes.
Yeah, they are.
You know.
The heroes of the modern game. Me and Xander are big advocates for them. We always have
Yeah,
been.
and we love what they do.
We love what they do.
It's kind of the most niche internet war or social media
Yeah.
beef that you could stumble across.
Yeah.
But, you know, we're here. That's the kind of thing the Barfires podcast likes to cover. That's
like-
the kind of coverage we like to do.
We like to cover the common man.
Yeah.
Because the common man's funny as shit, dude.
The common man is funny. That's why the internet remains undefeated, because it's just the common man and woman and
Yeah.
everyone just
ripping.
ripping and just
Ripping and
doing
tearing.
and just putting up whatever they want.
Yeah.
Like some bloke just makes like those funny, some random just thinks of those memes and just posts them.
Yeah.
Like genius.
Yeah,
Some of them
yeah.
are absolute genius.
Dude, like, I, like, die laughing at, like,
Yeah.
TikToks and shit.
Some of them are hilarious. So, you know, yeah,
It's good. It's provided a platform for, like,
just anyone.
for funny people to be recognised.
Yeah.
Because, like, I imagine, like, 30 or 40 years ago, if you had a funny mate,
Mm.
like, only like, 10 people would probably know how funny he is.
Yeah, exactly.
Truly.
Mm.
But now there's, like, you can put yourself out there to a
Yeah.
whole, you know.
And just like I was like a couple tryhards. I wouldn't say that we're funny, but I'd say we're a couple of tryhards who are just trying to have a dig,
We're having a crack.
like ourselves. Just like the common man having a dig.
Common man.
You know, grinding away.
Mm.
We do what we can.
At what point do you lose touch with the common man, do you think? Shout out Hamish and Annie.
Yeah, sorry, we're kind of using common
It's
man.
fine.
a lot
I think
here.
it's kind of, like, applicable because
Well, I think everyone says common man a lot.
Yeah.
So we don't want to like.
they've just brought it to light, probably.
They brought it to light, so it's worth discussing. But what was your question? Jason? When
was
do
just
we
saying-
lose touch with the common man?
Yeah, like, at what
When
point?
I start shopping at Harris Farm more than I shop anywhere else.
I like that.
Yeah. Which is also, not that I don't want to lose touch with the common man, but a life goal of mine is to comfortably be able to shop at Harris Farm.
Mine would probably be, like, putting 95 premium fuel in my car.
Isn't 98 the tier above that?
Yeah, I'm just saying, even if I get to 95, I'll be happy.
Fair, same.
Do you know what I
That's
mean?
a good call. Yeah.
I don't get too ahead of myself. You know,
Yeah.
I still like to keep like an arm's reach,
Yeah. Okay.
like a pointed
Yeah.
finger in touch with the common man.
Yeah.
But like my goal is to eventually not be in touch with the common man.
Yeah.
Like everyone's, right? I think.
Yeah. Or like have like a holiday house. I feel like you kind of lose touch. If you own a holiday house, you kind of you're not just a common man anymore.
No. You're a common man with a holiday house, and those two things don't go together.
No. Because that means
you're not a common
you've
man.
elevated.
Exactly.
You've elevated
You've
above.
transcended the common man.
That's right.
That's fine. Must be nice. But
You see, we see it now. We just stole Hamish
Sorry.
anything.
Sorry.
I mean,
We're acknowledging it, though.
we're acknowledging it.
We're trying not to do that. We do that, though. Because we do. That's the thing. We watch so many people that we aspire to be like, so we pick up their mannerisms
Yeah,
and shit.
it's hard not to be influenced by people that you like watching.
Apologies. We're acknowledging it. Onwards.
Onwards and outwards.
Hard 180 here. I'm not even going to try and segue this.
Okay, hit me with it. I love that. Yeah, go for it.
Like, one thing that's so frowned upon is, like, doing a poo at school.
Yeah, some people claim they've never done a poo at school.
I haven't. I never did.
I reckon that's cap. I reckon that's a lie.
No, I'm telling you wholeheartedly, like, hand on my heart, I never
so you
did.
never did you were there for 7 years or 6 years.
Including primary school, never did one.
I
not
see.
one.
I don't believe you.
What do you mean?
I just don't believe anyone that says that
Why Why not?
because it's a lie.
I feel like I'd be in the majority. I feel like most people would
I
have gone...
done multiple across different toilets. I'm no shame.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. Well, if you got to go, you got to go.
But no, you can hold it in.
You can't though.
I was...
sometimes. Mate, if I've had a coffee in the morning,
You
There
were
was
drinking coffee before, like, year 8 maths, dude?
not year 8, but like in year 12. Actually, in year 12 one time, I was in like a prefect meeting. So we had to have like every Tuesday, me and the two other, like the school captain, vice captain, and myself. We had to have like a leadership meeting with like the head of school. And I would either have a coffee beforehand or he would give you a coffee when you get in there. But it was like a short black. Like it was like an espresso.
Espresso, yeah.
And honestly, just starting my coffee drinking journey, you know, one of the parts of drinking coffee is, you know, usually afterwards, certain things feel like they need to be released. You got to drop off the kids.
It's a
occasionally.
diuretic.
Yeah.
It's a diuretic.
There's a certain chemical reaction that happens.
Yeah.
And I literally remember having a sip of a coffee that he gave me as we sat down in the meeting. And for the next 40 minutes, I honestly was going, I did not listen to a thing that was getting said. I was just going, do not shoot yourself. Do not shoot yourself.
Yeah.
And I remember it was like 40 minutes later, I walk out the office and I was like, all right, I'm going to show the toilet. As I'm going to the toilet, someone's like, oh, Xander, can you do so-and-so? And I'm like, oh, absolutely not.
If I move,
and
like...
if I like change direction right now from where I think I'm heading, like there's going to be dire consequences for not only myself but also for people watching.
You're putting other people in danger.
Yeah, exactly. So I had to deny. Can I get back to it?
Yeah.
Kind of in a rude manner,
Yeah.
and like speed walk, clench bum, straight to the toilet. It was a sight. I was like, go.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was, and that actually happened a few times.
Well, look, that
was the first time it happened, but it happened a few times to me.
It wouldn't happen again now because you're a man of strategy.
Man of strategy.
I couldn't see that happening in this day and age.
I've learned. It's a learning curve.
Xander of 2016, on the other hand, was just a young pup in the
In the coffee game.
in the coffee game.
He didn't know the rules yet.
He didn't know the
Same
ropes.
as Camponomics. If you don't know the rules, it's a steep learning curve.
It'll be a steep learning curve.
Oh, it will. Yeah.
Imagine not bringing aluminum foil.
Imagine not bringing aluminum foil on a camping trip. That's wrong. Imagine not bringing steel wool.
Imagine
Silliness. if you ask
barbecue
me.
be dirty.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear the public thought though. I reckon I'm in the majority. I reckon
Sorry,
most
I
people.
hijack your shitting in school segment.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
Sorry.
We're here to get sidetracked. It's what we do best.
That's true.
Okay, if you could say there's anything that we do well,
Get sidetracked.
it's get sidetracked.
Respectfully, we could be the best in the world at it. Respectfully.
Seriously, if anyone thinks they're better at getting sidetracked than us in any consequence, in any circumstance,
Oh yeah. Bit of a moss
it's just
on
not
there.
true.
Yeah.
It's just not true.
Just like right then when we stopped to look at that mole.
Yeah, we should have seen how much later we left at the campsite than everyone today.
Yeah.
It's like 20, 30 minutes.
But also, we had a plan. we stuck to it.
It was executed well.
The night before, when at like whatever time it was, when we were sitting there, we were like, "What are you gonna do tomorrow?" And we like get up, boom, 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 and we executed the plan. Well, don't freak out too much about that beetle, dude. I'm pretty sure they're venomous. I'll see myself.
I just wanted to touch me.
I'll see myself.
That was good. But well, look, did we stop to see how high we could throw an egg without it breaking this morning?
Maybe
Yeah,
not.
we did. But the roll king needs breaks.
Yeah, that's true. And did we not feed some very colourful birds, actually?
You did feed a bird.
Yeah,
on your
it
hand.
flew onto my
You were a
hand.
bit of a bird whisperer.
Yeah,
actually,
thanks, mate.
We didn't even really talk about that.
No, I got a bit of bread and I got it says a Rosella. The ones that are on like the Tim Tam and Arnott's packet.
Sure.
Bit of bread, mate. Flew straight
Up in the
on.
arm, mate.
Bird whisperer.
It was like an eagle flying down.
Yeah.
Anyway. Anyway.
But you're a bird whisperer outside the campsite, Cody. So I'd rather be that than one, you know.
Well, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
That's good
Don't
stuff.
mind that.
That's good from you.
Yeah, thanks, mate. It's
Speak-
about time I showed up.
Speaking of bird whisperer,
Yeah.
and like, when you were saying like you really need to go to the bathroom and you get distracted.
Yeah.
You ever like with, you
Oh,
know,
I'm keen to see how you bring this together. Yeah.
are you ever with like a person of interest and like they're
Oh, okay.
talking
Right.
and like you're so in your own head about something,
Mm.
like they're talking and you just can't hear anything?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely.
I was talking to another mate about it and it's like obviously a common thing.
Do you have a story about it? I feel
Not
like
real,
you do.
not necessarily.
I feel like you do.
Not necessarily. Nothing comes to mind. I'm just saying it's happened.
So what? You're talking to someone and you just
Like you're in, like it'd be like me and you, right? But it's like a person of like interest. So I'm like,
female.
sure. And I'm like thinking about something.
Mm.
I don't know.
Right.
Don't know what it is.
Mm.
But I can't hear anything they said. And then halfway through, you're like, oh shit. Like,
You're like, oh, I'm not listening.
I don't know what she's talking about.
You're like, yeah,
Yeah.
just the head nod.
yeah. And I like wonder if they know. Like, do they know that I'm, because I'm still looking at them directly, but I'm like, do they know that I've got no idea what's going on? Does that happen to you though?
Yeah, I guess that's happened to me. Yeah, that's happened to me. It can't, especially when you have a girlfriend. Sometimes that happens because you'd be like thinking about something else, and then you'd be
I don't mean it in that sense though.
right.
I mean it in the sense of like, because it's like kind of an exciting thing. It's like a person you're keen on. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and you just like because you like them.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you're
yeah.
like forgetting what they
Yeah,
talk about.
yeah. So then you just like, I don't know.
Right.
Just because you get in your own head a little bit.
Or like you're thinking, oh, don't stuff it up.
Yeah. Something like, don't say anything weird.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate.
Yeah. Sometimes.
I forgot this bloke is a full-time fucking Casanova.
Oh, no, I don't think I've done that. I've definitely fumbled the bag. Don't worry about that.
Oh, that's one thing that you could say about us.
I've fumbled the bag before,
Professional bag
many
fumbles.
times, but I don't think I've done it in that explicit way.
Sure.
But I've fumbled the bag.
It's not fumbling the bag, and you can usually sort of claw your way out of it.
yeah,
Like you can usually zone into the backside of what they're saying.
Mm.
You go like, oh
And
yeah,
get
yeah,
the
yeah,
gist.
sweet.
but on the other side of that I feel like it could result in a bag fumble
Yeah, oh yeah. If you're not careful.
if you're not careful. Yeah, if you don't zap in back at the right time.
Mm. Look, if you're logging into play, like, if you were using me as a character,
Okay.
that'd be like my top two things: getting sidetracked and fumbling bags.
Yeah,
Is that fair to say?
That's fair to say. Yeah,
Look, it is what it is. I have fun though.
you just got to accept.
It's like the
accept
pros and cons.
Yeah, you got to accept the things that you sometimes can't do. Is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
I'm okay with it.
You gotta accept your faults and you just gotta live with them.
See,
sometimes.
again, I forgot we were kind of like on a podcast. I was kind of thinking that was like a private conversation.
Yeah.
Now I'm like,
Now everyone's gonna know that you're a bag fumbler.
professional bag fumbler.
Respect-
Well, everyone knows that already.
Respectfully,
Anyway,
of course.
respectful bag fumbler.
Mm.
Are we done here? Should we get into some sport? Should we get
Let's
into the
get
back page?
because we actually do have a bit to talk about in the back page.
Okay.
And not too much follow on from Ash's.
No, we'll
Actually-
leave the cricket this week.
We'll leave the cricket because we'll hit that next week after the first test.
No, I reckon we won't talk about it.
Neither. I only have one thing to talk about with the cricket. Actually, two.
Is it that important?
It was just about Oz.
Okay, yeah. Good.
And then the
Say,
stadium
well,
getting
it's on
changed.
the story, so talk about it.
All right, so Something happened. Something sad happened over the weekend.
Very sad day.
I was pretty rattled about it. Kind of was the one bad thing that happened the whole trip to me.
Look, I couldn't get my head right to play beach cricket afterwards, so
No.
put it that way.
No.
I was bowling pies.
Yeah. Oh, you were bowling pies. Was that the whole weekend? It was just that, or just that, mate? You were tossing up pies left, right, and centre the whole weekend, mate. Just quietly.
Yeah, no. My cricket skills are next to
Man, I was
non-existent.
taking you down the ground.
You were fucking yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'll just get into it. Usman not picked. I'm pretty rattled. I'm upset. What's the point of having first class cricket, outperforming our second best Test batsman in the domestic comp because he outscored Marnus in the same team, and then not even get picked in the Test side? Like, what is that? Doesn't make any sense. So, I think I want we need an answer as
Like
to
an
why.
explanation.
Yeah, I want to hear some because I like Justin Langer, and the talk is that they've got beef. But you know what? I feel like I want an explanation as to why. I feel like the public is owed an explanation.
Do we wait to see how the first Test plays out before we jump the gun?
No, because I feel like he needs some
What
justice.
what if Harris, Head, and Green all just play out of their skin? 'Cause
Well,
then you're gonna have egg on your face.
not for the first time. I'm okay with that. If I have egg on my face, sweet. To be honest, I want them to do well, but I feel like he deserved the chance.
Sure, okay, I'm with you.
You know, like I don't dislike those
You're
players.
not holding grudges against the other players.
No,
You just think Usman deserved to be back. in
Yeah,
the
I'm
side.
just kind of annoyed with Cricket Australia.
Look, put it this way: if there's a batting collapse in the middle order, Cricket Australia will be hearing from us.
They're gonna have some answers. I reckon he should just say no if they come knocking now. I'm like, no, you
for the
didn't,
second Test, yeah.
you didn't pick me before. Don't pick me now.
Mm.
Just say no. Go play
Sure.
Big Bash.
Yeah.
I mean, probably not because he won't do that because he wants to play for Australia. But I mean, it would be a real stuff you
Mm.
moment
But then he would kind of be ruling himself out for Test cricket
forever.
for his career. So
Yeah. And we'll see.
would be unwise.
And then last Ashes talk real quick. Perth officially getting their Test match taken away from them for their just silly COVID-19 quarantine rules.
Mm.
Mark McGowan has, I just think that's a very poor decision. It's the second summer in a row that Perth won't have a Test match, and it's an iconic location for the summer of cricket. Bit of a fortress for Australia, that location. I just think, they haven't really thought it through, and they got a brand new stadium as well.
Look, Mark, keep the Aussies out at your own peril, mate.
Exactly.
That's all I'm going to say.
You know,
We're not going to get too political here.
but if I was a Western Australian, I'm not voting for Mark McGowan.
Heard it here first.
I'm not voting for him.
You heard it here first.
I would encourage my Perth listeners to do the same. Western Australian listeners.
And we'll leave our politics at that.
We'll leave it at that. That's as deep as we'll get.
Okay, let's talk some rugby league.
Cody, go.
Let's talk some rugby league.
Mate, you're pumped for this, so
I'm
you
pumped
go.
for this week.
You're absolutely up and about for this. I want to hear it.
Is this the best week as a Tigers fan in the last decade?
Let me ask you: is this the best week in the last decade for a
Yeah,
Tigers
it is.
fan?
It is.
Wow.
Is that fair
Explain.
to say?
Do you want to explain?
Look, for the first time in a decade.
That's a long time.
Is that a long time?
That's a pretty long time.
That's 10 years, isn't it?
That's 10 years, correct.
The Tigers haven't made the finals in 10 years. As a tragic, hurts me every year.
Mm.
Starts high with a lot of hope. Fizzles out usually in round 6 or 7.
Correct.
So again, until we start performing on the field, none of this matters. However, for the first time in as long as I can remember, our club feels like it's heading in the right direction.
Mm.
And we've just made 2 massive signings in Appy Coruscant,
Mm-hmm.
the New South Wales 18th man and premiership winning hooker,
Try scorer
try scorer.
in Origin.
Yep. And Dalian, second row of the year, and Isaiah Papali'i.
Huge.
So, look, they're not till 2023, but the fact that there's players of that profile that want to be at the club, which, like, we haven't really made a marquee signing like that
Not in a while.
in forever.
Yeah.
Like,
I
as
was
long
saying
as
to you,
I can
like,
remember.
Josh Reynolds.
Yeah.
Because at the time when Josh Reynolds went to the Tigers, he had played a grand final. He lost a grand final, but he played a grand final, played finals footy, and he had won an Origin with New South Wales.
But that was still like 3 or 4 years before he got to the Tigers.
But still.
Still.
Still a top, like a good rated player.
Yeah. A solid player. But I still don't think he's in that category where Appy is. Like, he's a grand
No.
final
Yeah,
winner.
yeah,
You
no,
know
you're
what
right.
I mean? And he's still a gun. Like, he's a proven gun.
Yeah.
So, look, very exciting times. Finally, a bit of hope for the Tigers.
And you get to jig your team around as well this year. Like, just make those little changes for next year when you have those key players come into those roles. You can just, like, clear out the players that you don't need. Just get the systems right so when they come in, you're ready to rock and roll.
And you're right, you're bang on. But having Tim Sheens brought in as, like, I think he's the head of football. I don't know what his actual official label is.
Yeah.
He kind of just oversees the operations at the club.
Yeah.
And
Similar to like a, in football
yeah.
where
One more.
similar to football where
That's it.
like you'll have a director of football come in and make signings and kind of set a path.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it similar to that?
Similar to that. I think he's just kind of like, I don't exactly know what his role is and how his influence brings good players to the club, but since he's been there, everything he's touched has turned to gold. Similar to Ben Eichen at Brisbane.
Yeah.
I think it takes a bit of pressure off the head coach.
Feel good at Bulldogs as well.
Feel good at the Bulldogs. And like Tim Sheens is like, he's won 4 premierships or something. He coached Madge at Canberra when Madge was a young lad in the early 90s.
Kangaroos as well. Coach of the Kangaroos.
So, look, exciting times ahead.
Has he coached the Blues? I'd say he has.
No, I don't think so.
He hasn't?
No, I don't
That's
think so.
surprising.
But yeah.
Wow.
Anything else in the rugby league world this week?
Um,
Cheese to the Roosters, it's looking like. Got a bit lippy on a YKTR podcast. I don't really want to go too into it. If you're a rugby league fan, you've probably been listening to that yarn all week. So I won't talk too much about it. But
I just think it's the classic. His narrative is currently not fitting the game, so all the media is negative about him.
yeah.
Similar to like a Latrell.
Yeah.
When the game, when it suits them, when their personality suits the game, the media is happy to spin the good yarn about them.
Yeah.
But when their personality, or not their personality, but when actions don't suit the game, all of a sudden, they're this, they're that. And it happens a lot. I feel like it happens a lot in rugby league, more than most other sports. I don't know what that is and why that happens in the league, but it seems to a lot. And I think that's why players get a bit off the journos.
Yeah.
Because they're like, what are you talking? Like a bit like, this is like one thing. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, the journos always try and put a negative spin on things.
Minor things.
Which is why this new age media of like
Podcasts and whatnot.
podcasts, Bloke in a Bar, Hello Sport, like ATR in particular with rugby league, because they paint a positive light on the
And
game,
it's like a real reflection of them as a person, those interviews. Not just like a one you'll see on Fox Sports or Channel 9 where it's like quite, not polished, but, it's like they're getting presented in a certain way.
Yeah.
They can be more them as an individual. And even in other sports, like the grade cricketer do it as well with... And even in England, you see the footballers go on podcasts as well.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
To wrap it up, if you are a casual listener, what happened was basically Brandon Smith is contracted to the Melbourne Storm for another year.
Yeah.
But in the off-season, he's gone around and talked to all the clubs. And he then went on a podcast and said
And just
he wants to win a comp with the Roosters.
And discuss Storm culture, I think.
Discuss Storm culture. So, look, should he have said that? Probably not. Was it anything that bad? Also not really.
Not really.
Nothing to really talk about more than what we've said, but...
It's a bit of the old adage of, like, don't bite the hand that feeds you, but he also didn't really say anything that bad.
No, but if I was a Melbourne Storm
CEO, chairman,
I wouldn't be too happy.
Yeah, you wouldn't be chuffed, but...
Wouldn't be too happy.
Don't have to jump down his neck,
Exactly right.
Touch on 2 more things on the back page from me. I'll just go quickly on Paddy Mills. Recently won the Don Award in Australian Sporting Hall of Fame.
Yep.
It's like an annual award that is given to an Australian sportsman or woman. I'm happy for the bloke. He deserves it. Don Bradman's son gave him the medal because obviously it's called the Don after Don Bradman.
Greatest cricket player of all time.
Yeah.
Of all time.
Of all time. No question. And Paddy Mills deserving. Always been a great role model for all Australians. And now in the NBA, tearing it up, having a great season. He's a bit, he's 30 odd now.
I actually didn't even know who he was until this year.
Yeah. In the NBA.
The Olympics, I think. Yeah.
New contract, playing for a great team. has won an NBA championship, has also now won Australia's best player to win a medal, or their first Olympic medal for basketball in the men's.
Yep.
So, just a good year for him, and I'm happy for him because there's almost like he's a great role model, I feel like, and he's just a great, like, he encapsulates like what does a good Australian sportsman looks like, and that's what Paddy Mills does. So very, very,
nice to hear.
very good. It suited him.
Yeah.
Suited it.
Yeah. Congrats, Paddy Mills.
Congrats. And I'll go Sam Kerr as well in terms of recognition and awards. Recently, what cup did they win this morning where she scored that goal?
FA Cup.
I think it might have been the FA Cup. I think
Sure
she
it
might
was
have had a
FA Cup.
brace, actually.
She did score
But
two.
she scored an absolute screamer. Chipped the keeper.
Oh. If
Absolute-
you haven't watched it, go watch it.
A goal that you would like
It was against Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Look
And
up Sam Kerr versus Arsenal.
yeah, a goal that if you scored in Sunday League, you would probably retire. It's that good.
Yeah. It was a bit similar to, do you remember Di Maria's goal for United a couple of years ago?
Yeah,
Where he did that weird scoop chip shot.
Yeah,
and the
that
keeper's just left there like
that was
on
unreal.
his heels.
Yeah, it
Not
was
as good as Di Maria's, but similar.
It was, but like beast.
Unreal goal.
It was an unreal goal.
Unreal goal.
And she came. So the Ballon d'Or award gets given out to football players, which is like there's like a male one and a female one, and it gets given out. It gets given to the best player in the world. If you're the best player in the world, you get given the Ballon d'Or, and they also tell you who's second and third.
Yeah.
And it's nominated by football federations and coaches and whatnot.
Yeah. It's
So
for the
peers,
calendar year. I
for the
believe.
calendar year.
Yeah.
And Sam Kerr in the females category came third, which is amazing. So, big rap, Sam Kerr.
She's ripping, dude.
So good on her. That's
She's a gun.
huge.
Dude, Aussie's fucking killing it.
Doing well at the moment.
Overseas, as we,
Yeah, Aussie's doing well overseas.
I love to see it, honestly. There's nothing more I love to see.
Yeah.
Aussie's killing it overseas.
Yeah, be nice to see Ash Barty back as well on the tennis circuit.
Yeah, is she having a break at the moment?
I'm not sure, but I'm keen to see her.
She was having I think she was having a, don't quote me on this,
speculative.
a mental health break, I
No,
believe.
I don't think so.
Do have a
I don't
quick
think so.
Google?
Maybe have a quick look, but I'm keen to see her rip it up again because the Oz Open will be on soon.
When
So
does
we'll
that
be-
start?
January. So we'll be able to see Ash Barty in action. Hopefully
Hopefully
she
she's
gets
back.
up on home soil. I think she's just having a bit of a break because she won the US Open or Wimbledon and then went straight into the Olympics.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe mental health break is a bit too much, but I think just taking a step away from the spotlight, whether you call it a mental health break or not, is probably just a good.
I don't know if she did that though,
What?
but she just had a hiatus because I haven't heard much from her.
No,
since the Olympics.
she's on a break right now.
Yeah, fair enough.
She's not training or anything. I don't
Yeah, right.
think.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Anyway, I can't research it now.
Yeah,
But I think it's something like
do
that.
your own research.
Do your own research. Speculation, as we said.
Yeah,
Man, I think that's about us for this week.
that's us for this week.
You got anything to add? What's on the cards for you this week, mate?
Just the races. I'm going to the races and got
Oh,
the two
just the
birthdays and a Christmas lunch. And oh man, actually, I've got a bit of a monster this weekend.
Are you doing anything Sunday or no?
Yeah,
You got Sunday
I got
off?
Christmas lunch on Sunday with the lads,
Is that going to be enormous?
and I'd say it'd be large to very large.
Are we Tuesday potting then next week?
We might be.
Okay.
I'll have to touch base with you.
We'll touch base again.
Yeah, we'll touch base respectfully, of course.
We initially we thought the Bounce podcast might be funny, but it's just not enjoyable.
Well, it's also not enjoyable to do.
That's
'Cause
what I'm
you've-
saying. It's
you-
not-
it's
that's what I'm
hard.
saying.
It's hard.
It's really hard, yeah.
You're struggling, and afterwards you feel pretty tired
You feel so
wrecked.
tired.
because it's
It's kind of hard to explain what it feels like doing a pod. Would you say? Because it doesn't feel like just a normal conversation because we go the whole time. There's no breaks.
true.
But yeah, it does drain you.
Take
It does
it out
drain
on
you, especially if
occasion.
you're bounced.
On a yeah, if you bounce, like I feel fine usually, but it's just when you bounce, I feel like it gets really difficult.
Yeah,
Just the concentration
Yeah.
and the trying to get your words together.
yeah. And we always say we can tell after a pod if we feel good.
Definitely.
So after a pod, we're usually we feel good about that.
But when we bounce, not as much.
So
Anyway, well, that's
us.
that's for us.
That's us.
But yeah, that's the episode, guys.
Thanks for joining us as always. We appreciate it very much.
Yep.
Podcast will be live.
Episode 17 on all reputable platforms.
You heard it here first. My name's Cody. This is Alexander. Have a good week.
Thanks for listening.